Hello, I'm Jeannie Waudby. Today's Time Tunneler video comes on Windrush Day. On the 22nd of June 1948, almost 500 British subjects from the Caribbean disembarked at Tilbury docks to begin their new life in Britain. They had answered the call to help rebuild Britain, and they came to work in the NHS as teachers, in public transport construction, manufacturing and many other areas. Some of the people on the boat had been in the RAF during the Second World War. Between 1948 and 1971, many people came from the Caribbean countries to Britain to help rebuild it, and they are known as the Windrush generation. When they got here, they faced many challenges of hardship, homesickness, separation and racism. So to understand more, I visited the Black Cultural Archives in Windrush Square in Brixton, where they have a room with a timeline, and it has the history of black people in Britain, goes from Roman times to the present day. You can't take photos in that room because it's a quiet, respectful space. It's like a memorial. I have also read 3 children's books and I want to show you them. So the first one is John Agard's Windrush Child, beautifully illustrated by Sophie Bass, and it begins with footprints in the sand, and on the back cover it has footprints in the snow, and it's a beautiful, beautiful lyrical picture book about a little boy who comes to the UK, and he very much misses his grandmother that he had to leave behind, and I think this picture captures some of the new things and him trying to explain them to his grandmother. The second book is Coming to England by Floella Benjamin. So this is an autobiographical book, and actually, although it's called Coming to England, about the first half of the book is her describing her childhood in Trinidad, and it's very interesting and vibrant and brings to life her life there and her happy childhood with her family. And then when she comes here, there's the cold contrast. Life is much harder and less friendly, and she's very surprised to encounter racism for the first time. But because of her her family, they managed to create the same family life in their new country. The third book is Benjamin Zephaniah's Windrush Child. So this one is for older young people. It's a historical novel, and it's about Leonard, who joins with his mum. He comes to England aged 10 in 1958, and he travels on his mum's British passport, and then he lives in Britain from then on. And Leonard is shocked by the violence and racism, both words and physical violence, that he and his father encounter. And it's a moving book, and you really get into his feelings when you read it. Eventually he builds a life and a family and a home, and he hopes to take his daughter to visit Jamaica because he wants to show her the country where he grew up. And I don't want to give any spoilers to this story, so I'll just end with Benjamin Zephaniah's words from his author's note. Now I use my words to give voice to people like Leonard. We've had a look at the 3 books, and I'd like to give you the writing challenge now. Moving from one country to another is a very big thing. Maybe you've done it yourself. All of the books that I've shown you focused on the home left behind as well as the new country. Imagine the front door to the first home that you can remember, and picture yourself standing in front of it with your bags and suitcases, having closed it for the last time. Describe the door and the doorstep, the path, the road, the pavement. What's the weather like? What noises can you hear? Birds, traffic, sea? What smells are around you? Flowers, fumes, vehicles, trees? What is the weather like? And if you knew that this was the last moment you would ever spend there, what would you miss most about this home?